Greetings guys and welcome back. I would say thank you guys so much for all the subs that have come in. I'll definitely be doing a lot more videos, so stay tuned for that. But for today's video, I'll just be going over resources in Chronicle. I will be just giving you guys my take on what you should do with the resources that you get, because that is a quite common question since the game has started in the US. But for one, stamina, for me, like, I burn stamina purely for my dailies first. So once I go through and I do all the challenges, I'll see what kind of stamina I have left after that. Of course, do your raids, do the Coliseum, at least 3 battles, and then I'll come over to Adventure and do story. Now, if you're just beginning, I would say just go ahead and focus on story until you get decently stronger, and you should probably hit your first kind of, I wouldn't say hard point, but you should probably hit your first, like, I need to work on my characters, probably around here, around Crimson Temple to Forbidden Prison, and that's where you're going to really need to focus on your dailies. But of course, do your dailies after that. So with stamina, really just focus on doing your dailies first. Use the rest, if you have any, to go through the story and focus on that. And then if you're at the point that I'm at and you can go over here to the ones that have 3 out of 3, then feel free to go over here and just farm these, because they do drop fragments, they drop evolution materials and stuff like that. And another good one to go to that I've been using off and on, not as much as I did in the past, but another good one to go to is the last stage at the moment, that we can pretty much infinitely farm if you have excess stamina. Like, I had like 1k stamina, but I've been burning it doing this because I've just had so much sitting there. But you can come over here and either fight this doggo or go to this point right here, and you can just run this as much as you want. You get 3k gold from it, you get some tier 2 equipment, mainly tier 1, but you can use that for your equipment. So if you have any excess stamina, I would recommend either burning it here if you're trying to get some equipment to further your equipment that you have, or burning it here and obtaining evolution materials, character fragments, potential weapons, but I think other, like, talismans for your character's traits and stuff like that. Let me pop that up here real quick. But you can get stuff for like the traits and stuff like that just farming, and of course you can only do 3. So it's really up to you, and depending on where you're at in the game. Like for me, I'm mostly farming the 3 out of 3 first with my stamina. So next we'll go over here, not Gohan. We'll go over here to the gold. Now gold, of course, is how you get through the game. It's how you increase your characters. And I said in the video before, focus first on upgrading your character. Obviously you have to evolve them next, but focus first on upgrading them. That creates the most gains, but don't neglect your skills, and of course don't neglect your traits, but save traits, in my opinion, for the very, very end, because yes, they are helpful, but if your skills aren't up to near your character's level, or they're not even a 4, 5, 6 star, then there's no real point about that. So, you know, you guys should know by now that gold is what you use to further your character along. And next we have the lovely old crystals, which I have not bought. With crystals, there is one way you can use them. I have used crystals before. Like, I've bought this a couple times, I think maybe twice since I've been playing. So for 6k it gives me 7.6 mil gold, which is fine. I mean, it's definitely helped me progress in the game quite a lot. I've made quite a lot of leaps with this, which is fine. You can also use this to spend it on energy, though in my opinion I would stay away from the energy. You don't have to use the gold either, because gold is farmable, but you having nearly 8 mil just dumped in your lap is absolutely amazing if you have the character fragments like I've had, and if you have the equipment like I had to upgrade all of my characters. And let's go over here to the shop though. So we have the lovely summon shop. You can use this to summon equipment and runes. I honestly have not at the moment, because, you know, crystals aren't hard to get, because if you're doing your dailies every day, they aren't exactly hard to get, but they are slow coming. So I haven't invested into this yet, because I'm getting majority of my gear from doing raid for the T4 equipment. But here's where we can actually use our crystals at. This over here will allow you to get T4 equipment, which I honestly kind of don't recommend. I believe this changes daily, but I don't really recommend it using your crystals to get the equipment unless you have a character that just needs one or two of these things, you know. Then by all means, like if I have Richard and I feel like he needs a better shield and I don't feel like waiting, or if I have Gwen or someone and I feel like they need something to help boost their attack up, go ahead and grab it. But for the most part, I wouldn't spend it on like the shields and the weapons and stuff. You can spend it on runes too, but I haven't really invested in runes at the moment either, just because I don't feel like I'm at that point. I have bought hero pieces if I was close to getting a hero to the next level, or I needed to do something with their weapon, like crafting their exclusive weapon. The other stuff, don't even bother with this. Don't even bother with this. This is a good deal, but for 500 for the crest is not a good deal. Not a good deal at all. But this stuff right here, this is all farmable. Do not spend your crystals on stuff that you can farm out. Yeah, it might take you a while to get it. I mean, by all means, it might take you a while to get it, but you can farm this out. So there's no point in you spending your crystals that take a while to earn on stuff like that. So, I mean, it's really difficult to kind of give you guys insight onto what you can use for your crystals. I mean, if you need something, like if you need hero pieces in the beginning, then by all means go ahead and get it, but just understand that you will get more hero pieces in the end. Understand that these runes will trade out, but you do have to upgrade your characters for the runes anyways. So it's really kind of difficult for me to recommend what exactly to do with crystals. It just depends on your situation. But next, let's go over here to the honor shop. The honor shop is where we get medals from doing Coliseum every day. I spent like 50k this morning because I had like 100k, but I spent 50k. I bought some gold. And here we have again hero pieces. We have farmable mats, which I again do not recommend you using because, like I said, they are farmable. Getting the crests, I mean, they're definitely nice to have because they take a while to get, but at 6k per one, I mean, it's kind of up to you if you're on a roll with them, or if you're close to getting it to upgrade your character past their +8 6-star awakening, then by all means. But I would try and stay away from these, at least for now. Stay away from the mats. Stay away from the runes until you get later on into the game. Runes are important, but they aren't that important for me at the moment. For equipment wise too, again, you can get this out of raid, which actually that raid ticket is actually pretty, in my opinion, is a pretty great deal. So we get 5 raid stamina for 300 honor. That's phenomenal. Energy, you could do energy as well, but like I said, I don't think energy is really that important for this type of game, at least where I'm at. And then last, and of course not least, 45k gets you a exclusive weapon, which is phenomenal. If you have, like, if you had the amount I had, like 100k, because I had actually bought a exclusive weapon for Jade because I'm building her, then, and if there's characters that you want to build, then by all means, I feel like spending it on this and gold is probably the smartest things that I can do. Eventually, I will run out of the lovely honor medals, we'll call it, or I'll run out of exclusive weapons. But for the most part, I would just focus first on this exclusive weapons for the characters that you're going to use, then come over here to crests because they are important. So focus on the characters that you're going to use, getting their exclusive weapons if you have it. Focus on your crests. Please ignore the material because you can farm it out. Hero pieces, if you need them, get it. Runes, worry about them at the very end. And of equipment, you can farm that out of raid. So it might take you a while, but you can farm that out. Buy the gold if you need it. Buy the raid tickets if you need it. I would just stay away from the energy. But next, let's go to the raid. So we have the raid coins here. This is the second part of the raid dungeon, where if you go over to the second tab, it says dungeon, and you get raid coins. Again, they provide you with materials that you can use to craft exclusive weapons, and they cost 500k a pop. So you're gonna need 500k to craft that exclusive weapon, but once you have it, you're pretty much set in stone. I honestly haven't used these at all, which is why I have 221k, because I can farm out the exclusive weapon material over a matter of days. I have not touched these, so the monster material is nice, but not exactly necessary. We also can use this for cooking and alchemy. I do that, but I don't use it too often, to be honest. Not at this point, so I can't really comment too much about that either. And then training material. I mean, you can always use more hero pieces, and for 1k a pop, and I can get what, for 5k I can get 50 hero pieces. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and get it right now. I'll get it for Jade. I mean, that deal's it gets no better than that. Really, one run of the dungeon in the raid will get you 50 hero pieces of whatever hero you want a day. One run of the raid gets you 6k coins. So I just spent 1,000 coins. Actually, I just gained 1,000 coins for 50 hero pieces. So yeah, that's my take on the raid shop. And then we have the costume shop, which of course now costs threads. In the past, it did used to cost crystals, but I guess they changed it right before release, and I didn't buy any costumes, unfortunately. I played myself, but they changed it right before release, so we can no longer use crystals. We have to use threads to buy costumes, which is unfortunate, but hopefully we can get something going on here. And then the mileage shop is what you get from, I believe, purchasing items in the game. I believe, yep, it's purchasing items in the game. So these, of course, are more accessories. But if you're not purchasing anything, then this doesn't really involve you. I haven't purchased anything either. Again, they have exclusive weapons, which we can make on our own. Nothing to worry about there. And it looks like just some tier 4 equipment, tier 4 runes and accessories. So that's pretty much it for the resources, you guys. So a quick cap, burn the excess stamina if you need to, either by farming the dungeons that give you, you know, runes, not runes, but the little runes, I'll call it runes, for your traits. You can farm it out for equipment to further your equipment and possibly earn a little bit more gold. Or that's pretty much it after you've done your dailies. But do your dailies first. Gold, obviously we use that to increase our character's strength. We use that for the equipment, for the skills, basically everything in the game. Crystals, buy what you need. Stay away from the material because that is farmable. The stronger your team gets, you're going to get to the point where I'm at, where you just have so much material that the material isn't the problem. It's other things that's the problem. So don't worry about these tokens, which I was referring to, that you can farm out 3 times per day on that certain level. So don't focus too much on the tokens. Get what you need. Don't focus on the material. If you need the tier 4 equipment because you're starting out, get it. If you need the hero piece material starting out, get it. But don't buy into these. Once you get further in the game, you can unlock these as well. But these honestly aren't too bad of a deal. And again, you can use it on gold. Honor shop, we've been through this. And that's pretty much it for the resources of El Chronicle. I apologize if this is a little bit hard to follow. Please just rewatch it, or just leave a comment below on anything that didn't make too much sense. But that's pretty much it for the resources in this game and what I've been using. Again, what I've been using isn't exactly right, so don't quote me on it. Don't leave hate mail saying, Eileo, you're wrong about this. But that's pretty much the end of the video, guys. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. There will be more El Chronicle content on the way, and I'll see you guys hopefully in the game. So go ahead and add your boy, Eileo.